listening to Under the Umbrella podcast. Each week, we'll discuss various topics under the umbrella of the LGBTQ community. And I'm your host, Angel. Everyone, welcome to an episode of Under the Umbrella podcast. I am your host, Angel, and I have one of my faves returning back to record with me, Mrs. Tiffany Lane-Allen. How are you, boo?
I'm good.
Good. So basically, we're doing an impromptu recording because we just got back from our hometown of St. Louis. We surprised our family with a little short visit, just to go hug on them, and kiss on the baby. So basically, we went to see our parental units, nieces, nephews, siblings that we were able to see, and
that's it.
Yeah, it just was beautiful because we've been watching my nieces, two nieces, both grow up on FaceTime, and for them to know who we were in person, they had their moments when they were fussy, but overall they knew who we were, so that was so cool. But to our friends, who saw the picture, saw the post, and feel some kind of way, please don't. I mean, my family alone is huge. I'm the oldest of 5. And I have a ton of nieces and nephews. I didn't even see all my nieces and nephews. I didn't see one of my siblings. Tiffany didn't see any of her siblings. We did see
my parents.
Yeah, I saw my in-laws, her parents, and she saw her in-law, my mom, because my dad is deceased. But anyways, it was a beautiful, beautiful visit. And just to sneak in, as I said, we went through like thieves in the night, and just broke bread with them, and came back home. But anyway, that visit prompted us. We actually meant to record in St. Louis, but if you've ever been around my family, you've been around my family, it's like they just wanted to just throw a big party and all kind of stuff. Yeah. So we literally didn't have time. We got to see our chiropractor. Shout out to Kristen. She is dope. But we got to get adjusted and spend time with our loved ones. So
that's it.
Yeah, so we waited till we got back home to record this episode. Like I said, it's an impromptu because we were talking about how we met. And that's the topic that we'll be talking about, really just how we met. And the funny thing about this, and I'm going to let Tiffany take over, right?
Sure.
Y'all see she cut her dreads off? She had a cute little fro, and she cut it all off to even it out, and then it'll grow out. It's so cute.
Starting over.
Yeah. New beginnings for sure. But Tiffany has this thing where she always would say, I bet everybody just thinks that I was the one that came after you. And I was like, all you gotta do is ask. People have their own weird way of trying to find out information instead of just being blunt and asking. Like, just ask the damn question. And if I think you're being too nosy, I'll tell you. Or I'll just answer your question. And I guess I'm just one of those people where I don't pry into people's lives like that. I don't care what their sexuality is. I don't ask people personal questions like that. Like, well, how did you guys meet? Really? And what positions do you guys like? Just... Those are 2 totally different answers. How you met versus your position preference? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you. I'm with you. It's all good.
Hey. People ask some interesting questions, especially people who don't have a fucking life. And it's like, you probably should go to some dating websites and stay out of people's business. But anyway, you want to take the wheel? Take the mic?
I don't even remember what year it was. Do you remember what year it was? It would have had to have been...
2000.
I remember his time it was 5.
Okay, hold up. 2004?
Yeah.
2004.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. We actually met at work. Uh, in the court. We used to work for the courthouse in St. Louis County, and I came in. She was already working there. But I always remember, and I always tell her that I remember. I remember the day that I met her. I remember what she had on. She was so cute. I mean, she still is fine. My wife, fine. But man, she had her hair short and this curly little fro, whatever. Big old smile like always. And she was wearing this. It was her court docket day, so she was dressed up. So she had on that green suit.
I kept that suit for a long
But
time.
we still have it.
Do we?
I think we still have it. But the one thing was, apparently somebody wasn't feeling good that day when they brought me around to meet her.
No, not a parent. I was not.
Just trying to get it out.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So she wasn't feeling good that day. After the fact. This is after the fact. But when I met her, I could just tell she was not in the mood to deal with people. They took me around and I was like, man, I thought to myself, and she is really pretty. But I would, take when you new somewhere, I'm not really one of them type of people that like bogart my way into people's lunch conversations and stuff. So I didn't go sit down with them and be like, what y'all talking about? What y'all doing? Hi, I'm Tiffany. That's not my personality.
No.
Even today, I don't do that. I don't do that. 2004 was a long time ago.
And she was way more of an introvert then. You still are an introvert now, but you really were a true introvert then.
I give people a shot, but you gonna get one. But yeah. But we met then, and then I want to say maybe a couple days after she came up to me at my desk, and
after I was feeling better.
After she was feeling better. I don't think you came to work the next day after that. I think you might have took a day or two off or something like that. But she eventually came to me and reintroduced herself and apologized and said she wasn't feeling good that day. And of course, once we got to know each other and became friends or cool, even I had told her that that's what I thought. I was like, she mean or something like that. She pretty, but she mean. She was like, no, that's not why. She's not mean at all. Not mean at all. So
we all have another side to us, right?
Of course.
Yeah, but that's not mine.
That's not her regular disposition. But we did. We eventually started, going to lunch together because we all had the same lunch hour anyway, I think. They broke lunches up. Half of the room of the docket clerks would go to lunch at one time and the other half would go at another time. And our lunch times were at the same time. And stuff like that. And we eventually just started talking and just became really good friends. We just not necessarily hung out, but talking on the phone, we just clicked, really.
Yeah.
Just clicked really fast, and became really good friends. She was dating somebody at the time. She was off and on with a certain somebody who will not be named.
Please don't name that first.
Because I would hate for us to get sued for using anybody's name without their permission. But she was dating somebody at the time, and it was off again, on again. I think when I first met you, y'all were good, on good terms, and everything was good. And then over the course of maybe the first year or so of our friendship, he just started being a hoe. That's what I'm gonna call it. He just started being a hoe. So yeah.
I talked about that in one of the episodes. I can't remember, and I remember. I think it was. Was it? I think I briefly talked about it in the. It was an Ask Angel question that came through about a vicarious. No, not vicarious friend. Basically, how do I navigate men being a vicarious woman?
Oh, yeah.
I think it was that episode. Bisexual. I'm sorry, bisexual woman. I forgot the number of the episodes. I'm getting up there. I got 24 episodes released. So kind of losing count of which episode it was, but I talked about that. That dude was off the chain. clockwork. Summertime would come, disappear off the face of the earth.
Yeah, and I guess maybe in his own mind, because I wasn't out then. I was.
You said you were like.
I refer to myself as bisexual just because I still like talk to dudes, but it was a waste of my time and theirs. I'm so sorry, but it is the truth.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't realize that. Yeah, or did you realize it? I don't think you realized it.
I don't think I necessarily realized it. I knew it wasn't. I knew it wasn't what I really wanted to be doing, though. I think I knew that. I do think I knew that, but you know, again, like everybody else, you grow up thinking that your life is supposed to be one way, so you go the direction your life is supposed to be going. But I remember the very first time it wasn't the first time I was at her house because we had hung out a couple of times, but it was like the first time I was at her house when he came by, and he instantly must have picked up on something with my sexuality, period, or something.
Yeah, mind you, before you go there, mind you, at that time, because you know people love to judge people based off their appearance.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like
I had long hair.
Yeah, she had
like down my
back.
back.
Hair grows really long.
It's slow.
Yeah, but and she dressed more what people would consider more feminine.
Mm-hmm. A lot of skirts, a lot of dresses, stuff like that.
Yeah, showing them big old legs. She always keep them covered up. Yeah, I remember he pulled me in the hallway.
Yeah, I remember because he pulled you in the hallway to have a conversation with you, and then he pulled me in the hallway, and I'm like, what are we having meetings for? I don't even, like, what? But anyway, he was trying to see if he could get something going for himself.
He wanted to pop off a threesome.
Being greedy. See, she said this is her show.
I'm just being honest.
I know.
I think I talked about some of this, but he wanted to pop off a threesome, and at that time, I think that's when I first was finally I had just gotten comfortable in my head and with my sexuality. Mm-hmm. That went so left field dealing with people.
There was literally no interest in any of that.
No.
Especially now, I mean, I was interested in her by then, I believe. I believe I was already, like, smitten with this one by then. But she was my friend, and I respected that. She was just my friend, and I respected her relationship and all of that good stuff. Now, when they broke up, that's a whole nother thing. But the part that she always tells me, like she told you guys earlier, she said that there's a piece that I want people to know and understand. And I kind of do. I ain't gonna lie. I kind of do. I did not pursue Angel. We probably might not even be here right now in this room talking together if it wasn't for her.
Yeah, was something else.
Pursuing me.
Yeah, I did pursue her.
She did.
I had this book, kind of like a book.
It was about zodiac signs.
Zodiac signs. Mm-hmm. I love astrology. I love numerology. I love all that type of stuff. It's just very intriguing to me. And zodiac signs, both of us are Aquariuses. I'm a January Aquarius.
I'm a
She's
February.
A February
Aquarius. We different.
Damn. Wait a minute. I was not ready.
I'm sorry. I'm saying January Aquariuses will pop off. They cool. They real mellow. Mm-hmm. That she lies. They pop off.
February what does pop off mean? For anybody listening, don't know.
Oh, my bad. I don't even know what regular terminology to use for that.
It's I would say it's equivalent. I don't want to say hothead. Just we don't take no shit from nobody.
Okay, well, say put it like that. February Aquariuses will go there if pushed to the absolute breaking point, but
none of this is true though.
Oh no, it is.
No,
it is. One of her favorite cousins is a February Aquarius, and she knows I'm right.
You say one of who?
One of your favorite cousins is a February Aquarius. You know I'm right.
No, that one she would pop off.
She will, but she is extremely laid back.
She is very. I'm laid back. I'm not laid back.
You are, but not like it's different. I'm telling you. Trust me.
The shade is unnecessary.
That's all right. You want me to get your sunglasses?
No. It's cool. It's cool. I'll take that.
But no, that's like she did. She would ask me little things, or she was filling me out. That's what she was doing. She was filling me out. But I mean, again, we're here today, so everything worked out great. But in the process of her filling me out and us kind of, we were at one time friends with benefits. You would say
At one point, yeah.
I mean, not to be disrespectful to us, but you got to be real about the stages of your relationship. If you were once a friend with benefits, that's okay.
Yeah.
And fuck everybody who judged it. Because if you happy and y'all together now, what difference does it make?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a reason you have a friend with benefit. You appreciate the benefit. So whatever else happens after that, it is what it is.
And not just that, like I'm not joking, and I think I've mentioned this before, maybe in that same episode, but Tiffany literally is the person who showed me how I should be treated. I mean, almost to a fault, because I feel like we both are spoiled in our own way, because we both know our love languages. But and if you don't know what your love language is, just Google love languages. It's a bunch of books you can read on it. It's a bunch of um, quizzes you can take on it to know what your love language is, because that's very important that you know who you are first and foremost, and then that way you can show people how to love on you. But but before I realized what my love languages were, she really did show me how I should have been treated, because she also made a comment to me, do you realize you are attracting the same man just in different bodies? I was like, that stung to hear. That stung to hear, and that let me know that I needed to do some work with myself, because it all started with me, right? I was attracting these people to me, and that stung like nobody's business. And oh my gosh, just Tiffany, she's just been here through so much, through that relationship, and just other people coming and going in my life, and she just always was my friend first and foremost. And
even when it hurt.
Yeah. She recently had made a comment. Literally the other day, I think you had made the comment. You remember what you said?
I don't know. I talk about
What she said was, we were talking about the ex that she's talking about. Like, we can call him, I don't know, ex. I don't know, the ex. I don't know, the guy.
Something.
Yeah, the guy. She said, because we both just like, he just would not get his shit together.
And blame me for the breakup and everything. What my fault? That's
no, it had nothing to do with him. Like, him and I.
He thinks I was like some. I'm just gonna say he thinks I was like some predatory lesbian trying to turn his woman out or something. I'm like,
it had nothing to do with it. He refused to take responsibility for his actions. It was all him. It was all him. But what she said was, she was glad that he never got his shit together, because he would have been the one. And she said, I know he would have been. She said, I'm glad that he never got his shit together.
At that time, he would have, because you were already. I mean, yeah, being realistic about it, you were already in love with him. So for him to
in love, we were talking about marriage.
Yeah, for him to not be the one would have been crazy if he had been like, okay, I'm gonna stop running the streets. I'm gonna stop talking to other people. I'm gonna
stop screwing other people.
That too. I'm gonna do right. I'm gonna be right. I'm ready to settle down, really, because that's all. It's just being truly ready to settle down. If he had gotten his stuff together, that would have been who you were gonna be with. Yeah. I mean, I can't say that it would have lasted. That's a good point. And I would have went to the wedding, but I would have had some things in the back of my mind, like, what if this shit don't work?
Oh, so this is that makes me sad. Even though we are married now, that makes me sad, because nobody should ever I ain't saying you shouldn't wait for anybody, but I'm so grateful that Tiffany was patient with me. I really am. But when I think back on it, it really does bring tears to my eyes. Like this girl has always loved you, always had love for you, always was in love with you, and was just so patiently waiting for you. And sometimes I feel like I was not worthy of that.
When you know, you know.
Oh, don't make me cry.
No, I'm serious. Because, like, think about it. Think about all the times we talked about being in a relationship way before we got into one. Remember? We talked about it, and your biggest thing was, I don't want to lose my friend.
Yeah.
She was really, really concerned that it
And
would
this was
affect.
after him. This
Yeah.
was
I
after
mean, he was
him.
off and on, and I got to experience my own little drama with him since he thought I was trying to steal his woman. So, anyway.
I'm thinking about so
But,
like with that, I remember from what I remember, somebody put something in his head. And mind you, I told
mhm.
y'all the story about with this particular person. Um, oh, you know what? I'm thinking about a project I'm working on. Maybe I haven't told y'all some of these bits and pieces. I'm working on so much stuff, y'all. But y'all gonna get the deets soon. But anyway, but um, I just remember around the time that we finally, like, it was the last straw, because he constantly cheated on me and just knew I was gonna be there every time he was ready to come back. It gets cold outside, people looking for somebody to fix the meals
Cuddle
and keep,
season.
yeah, cuddle season, the stupidest shit in the world. But my dumb ass let it happen, and I'm just calling myself dumb because I was just young and dumb, didn't know my worth. Didn't know my worth. That's just what it boiled down to. But I remember my father passed. This was in 2005,
Mm-hmm.
September 2005. So it's going on 15 years. He'll be deceased this month. And yeah, and then my birthday is in January. He disappeared for 2 weeks. On my birthday. And then had the audacity
He
to
didn't
come
even
back.
tell you happy birthday or nothing. Or he
He no, he
called you.
sent me
Maybe he
some
called
flowers.
you or
I
something.
think he sent me some flowers at work. The lilies, remember? That's how I learned I
Oh,
was allergic to lilies.
yeah.
And I
That's something
was
you should know about your woman when y'all been together for a few years. But never. Go ahead.
shit. And y'all who listening, she drinking her drink after she's.
Just saying.
But yeah, he sent flowers. We were supposed to have dinner or something that night, and he disappeared for 2 weeks. And then he came back, and he just had a whole attitude with Tiffany. Mind you, Tiffany wasn't. She had not done anything. She hadn't done anything. She just was around. Like her being around, whether anybody ever want to admit
Bothered
it,
a
it
lot.
bothered a lot of people. It just, I don't know what that was. Made people insecure.
I think I have a stronger, maybe I just have a stronger presence than I ever gave myself credit for.
You
I
do.
don't know.
You do. It's that quietness about you. When you're too quiet, people try to figure you out. Because again, people too goddamn nosy. They are. But yeah, that was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And the crazier, not crazy. It's not crazy. I take that back. The interesting thing about all of that though was he did eventually, years later, call me because I've had the same number since my son was 2 or 3. And I only changed my number one time because trying to prove a point. That's another story. But anyway, my number has been the same. My son just turned 21. Just to give you an idea of how long I've had the same cell number. And I tell people I'm not changing my number. When I win the lottery, when I win millions of dollars, I'm not changing my number. Don't call me asking me for anything. That's what block is for. But anyway, he called me. Still had the same number. And he, I'm paraphrasing, just wanted to call to say, I now understand what it was that you wanted from me when we were together. And I'm sorry I wasn't that person for you at the time. And I was like, "Aw." And then he wanted to go have dinner. And I'm like, okay. I'm trying to think at that time were we officially together by that time.
I feel like no. No, I don't. I don't think
That was
so.
the friends with benefit phase.
Kind of,
Kinda.
sort of. That phase lasted a while. No, I'm just saying we were in that place for a while. So I don't think, or even if we were together at that time, I remember you telling me he asked about me and he was kind of surprised that I was still around.
He didn't ask about you. What he then said was he blamed you for us not being together. And I said, you really do believe that? Perception. We all have our own perception to so many things.
It's everything.
And I was like, yeah, we do need to have dinner so that I can clear the air about some stuff. Because in his mind, he got in his mind
today,
I guess he thought, that Tiffany took me from him. And it's like, damn, you forgot that you left me for 2 weeks and that was the last time I was having that?
Maybe he thinks that because he thinks that me being around is
that
what
helped me
to
gain
break
my
up
strength.
state.
Yes. Because
That's the only thing I can do.
Again, Tiffany has always, you deserve better. You don't, everything else aside, you deserve better. You don't need anybody treating you like that. And she was right. Like, if that's what you're saying, that was the reason that she's that part, then yes, she was. Because she helped me realize my worth. She did. So anyway,
Yeah, that was interesting.
very interesting. But yeah, I just know, like, and then I don't know. I just know it's a lot of people that's always been just very inquisitive, is what I'll say. I'll call you nosy, even though inquisitive is a better word for it. Just very inquisitive about our life, about us, how they found each other. And I don't know. I don't know if it's people. I'm a toot my own horn for a minute. I don't know if people get jealous because they see how we treat one another, how good we are to one another, and they don't have that. And they trying to figure out how to get it, not necessarily in the same sex relationship, just how to get that in a relationship. Just ask that then. It starts with self.
It does, but I will say something that people also, I think, need to remember is in trying to preserve your friendship.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you may block a relationship blessing. And honestly speaking, if somebody's your friend and they're interested in you, I'm not saying go for everybody just for the sake of going for everybody. But if you feel the same way about them, don't keep them in a friend zone just because you worried about them being your friend still. Because when they move past you, it will be totally unfair for then you to realize you have feelings for them and be like, well, no, I really do care about you like that now. Just because they're ready to get past the feelings that they have for you. You know what I mean? That's not fair. You don't lose a friend per se when you get in a relationship. The thing you have to understand is the person you're in a relationship with should be your friend.
Yeah.
Like there is no.
It's been a long time to get
it. It's not logical to think that the person you're in a relationship with, you're not going to have conversations with them about your daily life or about other stuff that people tell you that you can't tell nobody else but them because you trust them that it won't go beyond them. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff.
Yes. I literally, I can talk to Tiffany about anything.
Talk about
I mean, a lot of things. Whether it's somebody, flirting with me or me noticing somebody flirting with her and she ain't picking up on the cues. That's always
some weird inboxes you get on Instagram where people just randomly be trying to request saying hey and shit like that. Like, tell your mate about that. Because if you don't and they see a bunch of requests, they trying to figure out who the hell are all these people and why you ain't never said nothing. Like, it's just not that serious.
Yeah. I've had people tell me that I was too honest. And I'm like, he works for us. Even I just have this philosophy: hurt me with the truth, don't kill me with a lie. Like that is a motto of mine. Like don't try to pacify me with lies, because when I find out the truth, and I say when because the truth always comes out, that's gonna hurt me even more, and then I just want to be done with you. And of course, when you're in a marriage, you can't just be. I mean, you can be done, depending on how you how you set up. But I would prefer that not be the case.
Shouldn't
I just,
be
it's, yeah,
Shouldn't be that easy.
yeah,
But,
that's another subject. But, I guess that's it in a nutshell, especially for all the nosy rosies out there trying to figure out how we met. And I mean, we met at work.
We literally met at work.
Yeah, we've always been really good friends.
It was, yeah. It was literally.
Yes, we've had our phase of friends with benefits. And then once you learn all of this, now what? I guess, like I said, that's just not me. I think we could write a book for sure. Like to get all the nitty gritty details.
Everything? Yeah. Probably.
This is a really quick synopsis of it all. Yeah. But we most definitely could write a book.
Because a lot more happened when he returned for her birthday, or after her birthday.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
It does. But it's part of our story, you know.
It is. It's a part of our story.
It's a part of the story.
Yeah, it's a part of why we're here. It's a part of our growth. It's a part of our strength. You know?
Yeah.
And but yeah, I know some people. I feel like some people. I would like to think some people look at us and just think that we don't have any issues and that we like the poster child for a beautiful relationship, a loving relationship, and to a degree we are. You know, but we still human. We don't have like big blowout arguments where we're not talking to each other. You know, nothing like that.
I'm out of time for it.
You know, we don't argue for real. You know, and I think we both have our reasons for that. Like, it ain't gonna get us nowhere because somebody gonna shut down or, you know. And then of course you gotta learn how to communicate. We've learned how to communicate what works best for us. But yeah, I think that this covers it overall of how we met. It did. It started at the court. Oh my gosh! You know what I just thought about the courthouse? Remember my supervisor at the time, and mind you, at that time there was nothing going on between her and I. Like we really were good friends. Again, anytime anybody's ever encountered Tiffany, I guess whatever it was they picked up about her, just always assumed that she was into.
It was really bad when I cut my hair.
Yeah. Yeah. But every time she cuts her hair. And it's just stupid. But that supervisor at the time.
Hair, people.
Yeah, it is just hair. Like, it's not serious. But I won't say the person's name, or I just remember it was a supervisor pulled me to the side and asked me something very personal about Tiffany. And I was pissed. Like, how dare you? Like, who the hell do you think you are? And I went to her supervisor and I did not appreciate that. It was very unprofessional. And it was like, even if we were doing something at the time, it's none of your business. You know, there wasn't a company policy about dating your coworkers.
There was a lot of court clerks and bailiffs that were married in the courthouse. So,
so she just was being nosy. And her supervisor talked to her and she cried the biggest crocodile tears and came and apologized to me. You know, but I've always been like just really protective of Tiffany because I've noticed, you know, from people who were friends before, co-workers, you know, family members, they just always had something to say or whatever when it came to her. And it's like, get over yourself. Who the fuck do you think you are? You know, people are just bold. And you know, because she's very introverted. And, you know, she knows how to speak up for herself. And she does and she will when need be. But I did not feel the need to speak up like, well, wait a minute. Like, who the hell do you think you are? Like, that's none of your business. You know, then they look at you like you're crazy and may call you a bitch. I'll be a bitch, but you're going to stay in your lane and mind your own goddamn business. That's what you need to do. You know, figure out why the hell you single. Figure out why this, and this is going on in your life. You so busy over here. I don't like that. I don't like nosy people. Like, nosy in my business. I'll say that. Be nosy in somebody else's business. All you need to know is that we're happy. That's all you need to know. Is we happy. and we do what makes us happy. That may not work for you. Like I said, I've said it several times. We have a very quiet, it is a very quiet fan base. I'm okay with that. Mm-hmm. We have people who truly love and adore us. They see the love here, they know it's genuine, and they want the love that they see here for themselves, regardless of their sexuality, you know. But anyway, I think that covered it. Like I said, now that we've recorded this, stories. We got some stories to tell. I've lived a little bit. I can give some relationship advice on a lot of things, a lot of areas. Yeah. But with that being said, also, I'm working on a couple of projects and revamping this podcast just a tiny bit, and in a couple of weeks, you know, you'll see. But just like I said, just continuously speaking about my life, my stories, other people's stories, helping people heal. Ooh, that's so much. That's so needed right now. So needed, regardless of your sexuality. It's a lot of hurt people out here, hurting people. And it's gotta turn that inward and work on yourself. Right. That's another subject. But did you have anything else you wanted to share, my love? Not really. I think Did you feel? I just want to make sure you reiterate. Did you want to reiterate that it was me that approached you? It was not Tiffany. For anybody listening and watching, Tiffany never approached me. She's too damn shy. She's a fucking introvert. She ain't approaching. Yeah, she was not approaching anybody. I don't even know how the hell she was talking to people. Because people always express interest in me. Mm-hmm. So you a quiet pimp then. Oh, say all that. You put that good juju out there. So yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's how you got me. Give me some, boo. Yeah. Oh. So you really did. That's not true. Okay. No. Especially not then. Yeah. But no, seriously, it was me who like I said, when I spoke about this and seeking validation, there was a time, I don't want to say I was cocky, but I was like extremely confident in myself. I was slimmer, younger. You couldn't tell me too much anything. 23. Not in a bad way. Yeah. Yeah. And I was 24. Yeah. But, you know, I got stories to tell y'all. But again, I just want to reiterate. It was I. Say it for the people listening, because they can't. She came and got me. Yeah. That's it. That's all. I don't even think we said what it was. I forgot to come back to that. What? The Zodiac book. It was a combination of things. It was the Zodiac book, and it was her staring at me whenever we would have conversations, and then eventually being honest and saying she was staring at my lips. That's beautiful lips. And I'm like, very full lips that people pay for. I'm like, what? And then I started paying attention. And it is interesting when somebody is looking at you, but then their eyes veer down. And it's like, hey. Up here. But it always makes you blush. It did. To this day. Shut up. See? I still look at her lips. She has beautiful lips. Oh my gosh. There's so many features of hers I just love. But yeah, in the Zodiac book, it was a section in there about Aquariuses. Sexuality. And it was something about sexuality and being like sexually fluid or sexually open-minded, so to speak. It used the word bisexual. It might have, but either way, it was about sexuality. Yeah. And she was like, what do you think of this? And I was like, I don't agree with that. Yeah, that's all I had to say. Before anybody freak out, we ain't saying all Aquariuses are bisexual. No, we're not saying that at all. Yada yada yada. Yeah, for us, that was very true. It was very true for us. So I just want to put that disclaimer out there. I ain't saying all Aquariuses are bisexual, because there are Aquarius men. I ain't saying y'all bisexual. I'm not saying that at all. Just saying that for the sake of the podcast, for our story. That was true. I was probing.
She was.
I was probing. I was slick.
I didn't do nothing. I was innocent.
She was very innocent. And again, it doesn't matter because we married now.
It doesn't.
We are happily married
That's
now.
true.
Yeah. Is there anything else? I just want to make sure you get it out for the world. The world can hear
For the sake of
that
this particular story.
this
I got
shit.
it out there.
Okay.
Yes, I got it all out there. We good. We
Yeah.
go there.
I'll see what I
It
got
just
to do.
depends on how deep we decide to get with our story and sharing things. That
You want to write a book?
Sure.
For real?
Sure.
Oh.
Not right now because you got so many things on your plate. When the couple things come off, sure.
I'm thinking about just stuff just popped in my head.
No. Stop it.
This book.
You don't have room yet.
This book would be juicy.
What?
It don't have to be like, you know, some books would be like 500 pages long. It's like, why? Do I need to read a book that's got that many pages in it? I don't want to read a book with that many pages. I don't care if it's just like 100 pages.
Okay.
It ain't gotta be a big tell-all.
That's fine. When you get some stuff off your plate, we will revisit the book. There's no problem at all.
Y'all see my eyebrows? I'm not really got any eyebrows. Okay, I'm being silly now. But, so yeah, there you have it. That's how we met in a nutshell. Tiffany, y'all heard her agree that we was going to write a book. I don't know how soon it's coming, but, oh, wait.
I hope Ashley don't listen.
That's one of our sister friends. I call her baby girl. She's so sweet.
She's the idea machine, and I already know she don't say.
Yeah, she's already got some projects for us that we need to get on before we hear her mouth. Yeah. Oh, y'all. As I keep telling y'all, if your friend's not pushing you to be the best version of yourself, you really need to rethink your circle. Because this shit, oh my gosh, the ideas that fly off the shelf of her brain. I don't know how she keeps up, but she's badass. Real shit. Shout out to Ashley. Can't wait for her to get that consulting business together.
Yeah.
She does have her, is it Mahalia May?
Yeah.
I'm giving her a plug.
I think that's how she said it.
Mahalia May. Mm-hmm. I'll put her website in
the description.
In the in YouTube. On YouTube. Mahalia May. Mahalia I believe. She's on Instagram. She's on Facebook. I know I can spell it. Don't ask me. I don't know. I can't pronounce her business name to save my life, but I can spell it. It's weird. Mm-hmm. I just want to make sure I'm pronouncing it correctly.
I'm sure it should be fine. You just spelled it.
I think that is right.
Okay.
Listen, y'all, as you go about your day, first of all, thank you, Tiffany, again. Thank you, Tiffany, again for joining me on another episode of Under the Umbrella Podcast. I really appreciate you being here and sharing this story. It was really to throw shade at me, but I'm okay with that because I love her. I love her. I love her.
To throw shade with you?
No, I do. I appreciate you being here, and we got a beautiful love story. It is what it is. It don't matter how we met at this point. We here.
Yeah, that's true.
Started from the bottom, now we here. I don't know if I have to cut that out because it ain't my song. Shout out to Drake. Ain't that his song? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut that out. But anyway,
no, you didn't use the music.
Oh, okay. All right, we'll see on the back end. But listen, as y'all go about your day, know that you are loved, you are supported, you are enough, and you are worthy. Thank you for tuning in. Take care. Thanks for joining us on Under the Umbrella Podcast. Check us out on Instagram at UT Umbrella, on Facebook at 1UT Umbrella. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Under the Umbrella, and visit our website at utumbrella.com. As always, subscribe to the show to catch every new episode, and leave a review so we can continue to bring you fresh content. If you had a question to submit for the Ask Angel segment, please submit to contact@utumbrella.com. See you next week.